One of the best things you get out of grad school are the friends you make while you're there for the year. Those bonds last a career's lifetime, and that's an important part of what you get. Along with the education, you get a cohort of friends that become a social network. And a good public policy school will actually give students a lot of social capital. So they'll leave the program with good connections and good experiences that don't translate into the perfect job within a week, but go towards building a good career. And so I think the challenge is for graduate students to think long-term about career moves rather than specific jobs and specific timelines. What makes CU really interesting is that almost all of the students will have at least a couple of languages and at least one passport, maybe more. Graduate school is an important exercise in reconciling perspectives and building empathy. So what makes a good class is a class that's international, people from all across Europe, Central Asia, all around the world, who are willing to come together to learn something about how to manage public affairs, but also willing to engage with some of the tough cultural debates that international relations really can be conflicted by. I study digital activism and digital states. So I research how governments get better at doing service delivery or listening to citizens or engaging with citizens through digital media. And then I study how civil society actors use digital media in creative ways to engage with the state. One good way of teaching is to use digital media in the classroom itself. A second good way of teaching is to involve graduate students in original research. And even if they don't even if their area of interest isn't the domain of the research, getting to learn about what a research question is and how you structure a plan and how you build a year-long agenda around research is an important part of being a student. Almost every job that any of the CEU students ever take will have some research component to it. And so being able to craft good questions and try to answer those questions is an important skill. My classes tend to involve a lot of reading and then intense discussion when we meet, and then a little bit of construction. So I believe in the intellectual work of critique and then the creative work of trying to build something based on what you've learned. One of the things I like to do is ask people to build things, usually even to build websites, even if they're for imaginary civic groups or imaginary government offices. These days it's important for students to have some digital literacy to understand what HTML is and how it works. And it's not that a student assignment would involve building a whole complex website, but being able to create some digital content and put it on YouTube or create a basic website, I think is an important skill, and that can be integrated with teaching. So if we have a topic that involves a particular domain of regulation, then one assignment could be to have students create a public information website about the issues involved and the sides, the concerns, the deadlines to resolution, that sort of thing. So I think having people create content is a useful way to teach material.